Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
Okay, so you're watching the second part of our video where we are putting an upgrade mirror. We're putting towing mirrors that flip out and give a wider angle, as well as this truck did not come with the power folding feature, and our new new optional mirror that we sell has the power folding feature. So we're going to finish up wiring it up and finish up the installation and show you how they work.
Okay, we can run a little test. Let's plug in our mirror here, press the button, and nothing should work. Alright, let's grab our keys, turn the key on. Okay. Press the button. You can see the mirror folds in. Okay. And folds back out. Okay, with everything hooked up, you can start putting this back together. Slide this in. Make sure you reconnect your harness on the back side. Okay. Let's put this back together. Let's get rid of this tape here first. Oops, make sure that you slide that. Alright, that is through. This has to go on here. There's a little pin right up in there. Okay, hook that back together. Okay, reconnect that. Okay, so once you have that back together, they just use a little bit of, they use duct tape just to reinforce this connection here.
And I'll just fast forward here, wrap the duct tape around the connector just like it was when you took it off, and then I actually just kind of rip it in half to squeeze it more around the wires just to hold everything in place well. And I'm just going to speed up here as I put the screws back in and tighten them up, and then I'm also going to use some tape and just tape that extra harness for the folding mirror just to some of the other harnesses so it stays out of the way. You could use electrical tape or some plastic wire ties, either one.
Okay, so after I've gotten that together, you see up in here, I just use a few wire ties. Make sure I get that harness up and out of the way. Okay, and it's secure.
Okay, now here I'm just going to fast forward as I put the door panel back together. And you obviously repeat the same procedure for the driver's side, and I'll show you I'll show you one part of doing the driver's side, just because on these trucks the driver's side the harnesses are a little different, so you have to do a couple things different. I'll only show you what's different. I'm not going to show you the whole process over again for the driver's side. Okay, and as well we'll speed up here, putting that lower trim panel back in. You may need to remove the weather strip a little ways up the pillar just to get the panel back in there. Again, repeat this same procedure for the driver's side, as well as put your glove box back in place.
On the driver's side, mostly the same. This connector does have two connectors in it, so there's not that big open hole. So what you want to do is pull back your rubber here. Okay, and then this connector latches in. So you want to just kind of push it. I'm pushing from the back side and just kind of prying these little white tabs. And then I just pull this green connector out. Okay, and then what I've done is I've just stripped the thicker insulation back, and I'm going to I'm going to route my wire right up through here. I've pulled a pin off my insulation. Route the wire through there. Okay, go behind the weather strip again. Okay. And then what we'll have to do is feed my wire through here first. Okay, give myself a good amount of slack, more slack here. Just going to make sure I have enough wire here. Pull plenty through. Okay, and now the wire can kind of, there's little sections in the corner. Okay, so I put my wire in there, and now I'll just put this green connector right back in. Okay, and everything is happy. Okay, and now feed my wire through the duct and everything just like the other side. Okay, so we've got our harness wired in here. Put a zip tie on there just to hold it in place. Okay, we came up through the insulation. Let's see if I can show you. Came up through the insulation here. Okay, looking through the dead hole. We routed up by here. If you have to unplug or undo this rod, you just flip this clip down, pull it out. You can run the wire through there. Okay, then we go up, wire tied it up here to the wires, and then wire tied, we had some extra harness, so we wire tied it to the dash right there. And our wiring's all in. We'll put the door panel back on. Okay, so we're coming down to the home stretch here. Feed our, get this wire tie off of our lead. Pull it through here. Okay, feed it through the back of this panel. Just gotta get it through our little bracket we made. This panel back in place. Okay, take our switch, plug it in, put the switch right in. Almost looks like it belongs there.
Okay, now I'm just going to go into super fast motion here. Just suggest I did test the, I tested the driver's side, you know, before I started buttoning everything up. But just really quick, put the screws back in for the dead panel, put the bottom panel back up and in, and the screws that hold it in place, the side panel back on, and then the trim for down on the side of the carpet. Okay, and yeah, just to have it here for you, just kind of fly through putting the door panel back on, put it down on the windowsill. Just make sure you put the bezel back on. There's a few screws that hold it in place. If you want to see a better or more in-depth view of putting the door panel back on, you can just check out our other videos for the Dodge Ram. But bear with us, because we're going to do a test and show you how these things function. Especially helpful in these wider mirrors when you're putting your vehicle in the garage. Just for the heck of it, I get it out, run around, flip them up. Yeah, actually should release that. Yeah. Very useful when you're putting in your truck in the garage. Areas to. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.